Hey guys, what is going on? We're going to be starting up a new series here. So I'll explain to you what it's going to be. What we're going to do is we're going to be using the 2019 updated rosters. So it's going to be all the updated moves by every team. As you can see, we got Deshaun Jackson here on the Eagles. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to go from division to division. So this episode is just going to be the NFC East. We're going to just simulate one season, see what record they finish with. And we'll go ahead and check out their stats as well. I just want to see if Madden's accurate. I know the 2019 season isn't here yet, but it's the off season. So I figured we'd start up a new series and see what happened, just to see if Madden can predict what record each team is going to finish with and how close it is. So as you can see, defensively, all of the right moves here on the defensive end. Got Ronald Darby, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, of course. Zack Brown coming over from the Redskins. So Andrew Sendejo as well. So let's go ahead and get right to the end of the season, see what we finish, and check out some of the stats. So we're here at the end of the season, and Philadelphia does not make the playoffs. They finish 8-8. That's pretty surprising to me. I for sure would have thought Philadelphia would have made the playoffs. But they don't. They don't at all. So let's go ahead and check out the stats here. If you guys do like this idea, make sure you let me know down in the comments section below. Let's go ahead and check out what happened here. Carson Wentz didn't have a bad year at all. I mean, about 4,300 yards, 27 touchdowns, 9 picks. Bit low on the completion rate. Running the ball, this is pretty curious to me. How did they do here? Wow. Jordan Howard didn't even break 1,000. 6 touchdowns from him. No fumbles. Corey Clement doing his thing. Defensively, actually no, receiving. We get Zach Ertz that leads the team in receptions with about 950 yards, 4 touchdowns. Deshaun Jackson, 700 yards, 4 TDs. Alshon, nearly 1,008. Nelson Aguilar, about 800 yards and 4 touchdowns as well. Jordan Howard doing pretty good from the receiving game. How did the offensive line hold up here? Decent. No double-digit sacks allowed. That's what you like to see. We have 200 tacklers, though. Nigel Bradham with 119, and then Zack Brown coming in with 114. That's pretty decent. Go ahead and check out sacks. We get 9 by Brandon Graham, 5.5 by Bradham, 5 by Malik Jackson, 3.5 by Fletcher Cox. Go ahead and check out the interceptions. We get, 6 by Malcolm Jenkins, 3 by Ronald Darby, 2 by Nigel Bradham, 2 by Zack Brown, and a couple of 1-bombs here. So that's it for Philadelphia. Wow. They're going to do Philadelphia like that. They finish 8-8. Not a great record to finish with. They go dead even, to be exact here. Let's go ahead and move on to the next team. Taking on the Redskins. Now, I'm not going to go through literally every position and, tell you my thoughts on it. I'm just going to make sure and show you that, the roster is right here. I'm going to make Dwayne Haskins a starting quarterback, obviously, because we don't know how Alex Smith is going to perform here. I'm just going to make sure that all of these are right. I do think Darius Geis is going to be the starting guy. We'll put him at starter. Josh Doxson, Paul Richardson. All right, offensive line looks together. Jordan Reed. Defense looks good as well. Actually, I would rather have Montez Sweat starting there, to be honest. If you guys are a Redskins fan, let me know if you would put Montez Sweat as a starter as well. Other than that, everything's looking alright to me here. I don't know how the Redskins are going to finish, to be honest. Sometimes in Madden they finish good, sometimes they don't. So let's go ahead and hop right to the end of the season. Alright, I see you. They're going to give the Redskins a freaking playoff appearance? Okay. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense if Philadelphia missed out on it, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not even a Philadelphia fan. That's just kind of weird. So we finished 10-6. We win the division. Philadelphia finishes 8-8 again. 8-8 Giants, 9-7 Cowboys. We'll check out the stats after we see what we do in the playoffs here. Let's just go ahead and advance. We'll go week by week, see how far they make it. They get past Seattle at Seattle. That's a tough game. Actually, no. Was it at Seattle? I don't think it was at Seattle. Either way, we get past Seattle, which is a tough one. Now we're taking on Chicago. Can we get past Chicago? Okay, no. Chicago takes us out 23-21. Very close game. So, Dwayne Haskins, a savior? Does he come here and instantly make the Redskins, a playoff contender? Madden says so. Madden says he does. gets them to the divisional round. To be honest, if I was a Redskins fan, I would take that. Redskins haven't had a whole lot of success, so just getting to the divisional round, beating Seattle, nearly beating the Bears, I would take that out as a W. Dwayne Haskins come in, was as a rookie, about 3,900 yards, 26 touchdowns, 13 picks, 66% completion rate, running the ball. Darius, guys, goes off with about 1,150 yards, 11 touchdowns, no fumbles. Oh, wow. Chris Thompson coming as a very nice duo. Receiving the ball, Paul Richardson's a 1,000-yard receiver with 5 touchdowns. Josh Jackson about 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jordan Reed stays healthy with 800 yards and 6 touchdowns. Wow, why do we have 2 tight ends that just have kind of insane numbers for a 2 tight end package? It's pretty crazy. I was kind of toying around with playing with injuries. Let me know if you guys want me to keep injuries off or on. They are off currently just because I want to see like what the rosters currently are, what they would finish with the current rosters, but I can definitely turn the injuries on if you would like. But offensive line played well here for the Redskins. I'm impressed. 4 sacks allowed is the most, which is impressive. We get 97 tackles by Mason Foster, 83 by Josh Norman. They're definitely missing Zack Brown here. Not a whole lot of tackles. Mason Foster, though, leading with 97. Sacks-wise, they get 9 by Ryan Kerrigan, 8 by Ryan Anderson, 6.5 by Ioannidis, 4.5 by Jon Bostic. Interceptions-wise, you get 3 by Monte Nicholson, 2 by Jon Bostic, 2 by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, and then a couple of one-bombs here. Montez Sweat actually gets an interception. Landon Collins, the highly paid free agent, gets an interception, ends with 72 tackles as well. So that's what the Redskins finish here. They go 10-6. They make it to the divisional round, and they get a playoff W. Moving over to the New York Giants. A lot of turnarounds going on here with New York. I'm not going to have Daniel Jones start because all options are going towards Eli Manning starting for sure. Everybody's coming out saying Eli Manning is the guy, so he's going to be the starter. We got Shaquan here, Golden Tate, Sterling Shepard. Starting to get up there in offensive line. Nowhere near completed, though. Tackles still need some help. Got Kevin Zeitler, Evan Ingram. I'm a huge fan of Evan Ingram. I guess I can go through and tell you what I think of some positions or what they do need. Defensively, it's kind of crazy to me how good the Giants were defensively just a few years ago, and the turnaround on the defense is just god-awful. I mean, it's bad. I don't get how they went from, like, borderline elite to just not good. It's just not. That's what it's went to for them. So it's gotten pretty crazy. They did get a decent player in Peppers, but they had to give away Odell. Not a huge fan of that, but they did. They traded him away. They got their guy in Daniel Jones, so they think. Maybe we'll do another one of these sometimes and have Daniel Jones as the starter. But let's go ahead and get to the end of the season. All right, no playoffs here for the Giants. And I'm not surprised. We'll see what kind of year Eli put together, because all things are kind of pointing to this is his last year. He's on his way out of side the door. Or at least I would hope it's his last year, because they did draft Daniel Jones. I don't know how long they plan on sitting him, but we'll see. Oh, wow, they have the Giants finishing 9-6-1. Okay. Alrighty. I don't know if I completely agree with that, but I could see the Giants coming out. I mean, Saquon might have moved him up there in the positions. You get 3,800. That's an Eli year if I've ever seen one. About 3,800 yards. Probably a little bit less on the interceptions than we're used to from him. 27 touchdowns, 10 picks, 63% completion rate. I could see Eli Manning coming out, having a year like this. Kind of got a chip on his shoulder, got benched. Everybody's talking about how he is going downhill fast. I'm one of those people, but I could see him coming back, having a year like this, maybe for his last year on the way out. Saquon, I mean, what is there to say? He had a good year. 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Kind of concerning about the fumbles. 2 fumbles, I mean, isn't a whole lot, but I wouldn't expect Saquon to fumble at all. But still average 4.6 yards a carry. I mean, any team will take that. Receptions-wise, that's pretty... Okay, this is impressive. 81 receptions by Sterling Shepard. Leads the team, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Golden Tate kind of has to come in and try to fill the shoes of Odell. He does it decently. 77 receptions, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Evan Ingram here with 61 receptions, 600 yards, and 7 TDs. Russell Shepard not doing too great. Saquon Barkley did decent from the receiving game. If there's one thing I want Madden to improve on, is when you're doing sims like this, they just don't give the running back a lot of receptions, which is unfortunate because you see teams like the Saints that literally will give Alvin Kamara 20 receptions a game. So for Saquon to finish with 37 in a year is a bit ridiculous. Go ahead and check out blocking. We got, okay. That's kind of what I expected here. 18 sacks by the right tackle. 11 by Nate Soldier, who they paid just a year ago, and he's going downhill pretty quickly. Even Kevin Zeitler's allowing a lot. That's crazy. Go ahead and check out defensively here. We got 101 tackles by Jordan Jenkins, 99 by Jabril Peppers, 99 by Antoine Bethea, 97 by Ogletree. Go ahead and check out sacks. You get 5. Okay, yeah. That's not what you want to see as a Giants fan. I'm not one, but, I mean, if you're a Giants fan, that's tough. 5.5 sacks leads the team by Marcus Golden. They're turning into the new Raiders, it looks like. 5 by Alec Ogletree. 3.5 by Lorenzo Carter. Dalvin Tomlinson with 3 as well. Interceptions, you don't get many. Wow, they end the year literally with 7 picks. That's concerning, to say the least. DeAndre Baker, I'm a fan of him. He only ends with 1 interception, but it is what it is. Giants don't do great. They finished 9-6-1, which isn't a bad record, but if you're a Giants fan, I probably would want to finish with a bottom of the tier record. I would want to get one of those top 5, top 10 picks, but Madden has them going 9-6-1. All right, with the 4th and final team here, we're going to be taking on the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see what they finish. I mean, they're definitely the most talented team out of the squads we've already rebuilt, I would personally say. We're going to have Frederick back here, Zack Martin, one of the better O-lines in the league, Jason Witten coming out of retirement, going after Randall Cobb, really going after some receivers after they started off last year with not a whole lot of talent there, and now they got a plethora of talent. They have Amari Cooper, Cobb, Michael Gallup, who's a nice guy. They still have Allen Hurns as well. Elliott, of course, and Dak Prescott. Kind of an approve-it year. I mean, they're having some contract negotiations. I still feel like he's got to go out there and prove it, though, this year if he wants to get a huge contract. Defensively, they're starting to build up some playmakers up in here. They got DeMarcus Lawrence, Malik Collins, Woods here. Kind of a big loss of David Irving, to be honest with you. He's one of the better pass rushers in the league at the D-tackle spot, but it is what it is. They're going to have to try to move on without him. I mean, he's probably been off the field more than on in the first place. Robert Quinn. They also have Taco Charlton, who's going to be a nice guy to come in and out on that defensive line. Cornerbacks are pretty nice with Byron Jones, Chidobe Awuzie. I don't know if I said that right, but it's as close as I can get. Also got Anthony Brown. You got a nice 4 cornerbacks here, but you got Jordan Lewis as well. They got some young corners. I definitely like the way they're looking. Safeties, they're going to have Woods up here and Jeff Heath. I feel like they need a better strong safety, if I'm being honest here. I don't know if Jeff Heath is the long-term answer, but we'll see what they do there. That's what they're going to have. Jalen Smith, Vander Esch, and I'm curious to see how this Sean Lee position change is going to really affect them. I'd probably say it's for the better because if you have all 3 of these guys on the field at once, I mean, that linebacking core is going to be nasty. So let's go ahead and get to the end of the season and see what Madden has Dallas finishing. Okay, no playoffs, and if that happens IRL, you would have to think that Jason Garrett's on his way out the door. That's one of, oh my, you'd have to think that. If you finish 7-6-3, you're fired. You are fired, and that's insane that they have 3 draws in a season. Is that even been done? Dude, that's so insanely crazy that I don't even know if that would happen. Like, how crazy would that be? 3 draws? I mean, it's one thing for one, but 3? Alright. Dak Prescott, I mean, that's a decent year. A lot of teams would pay for a quarterback with these kind of stats. 3,800 yards, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 64% completion rate, about an average year out of Dak. But what you've all been waiting for is probably Elliott here. You got about, oh wow, dude, you got an insane year by him. 1,767 yards, more than 5 yards a carry. 13 touchdowns, no fumbles. That's insane. Amari Cooper out here with 87 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 11 TDs. Jason Witten comes in, kind of reemerges that tight end position with 70 receptions, 700 yards, and 7 touchdowns. All sevens for him. 62 receptions by Cobb, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. Gallup, not really impressive at all. Elliott here, you got 400 yards and a touchdown, so he ends the year with over 2,000 scrimmage yards, which is incredibly impressive. Go ahead and check out the blocking. Surprisingly, did the Redskins hold up better than the Cowboys did in the blocking department? I'm pretty sure they did, so that's a little crazy. Go ahead and check out defensively. We got okay, that's what I was wanting to see here. That's insane. 131 tackles by Smith, 114 by Lee, 101 by Brown, 96 by Byron Jones. Where's Esch? Oh, wow, he only has 22 tackles? Well, I don't know why I didn't get a whole lot of playing time. I'm looking at sacks here, and I just seen the number 16. And DeMarcus Lawrence coming in with 16.5 sacks. 7.5 by Antoine Woods. 5.5 by Teron Crawford. 2.5 by Jalen Smith. Okay, this defense is getting after people up in here. 2 picks by Brown, 2 by Owozie, 1 by Smith, 1 by Lee, and 1 by Woods. So that's going to do it, guys. The Cowboys ended up finishing, like I said, 7-6-3. We did the whole division. If you guys are interested in a series like this, let me know. We can go through all the divisions. That's just one. We still have 7 remaining if you guys want to see more of it. And if you do, make sure you let me know in the comments and smash that subscribe button. That would also let me know that you like this series and want to see more of it. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.